The Shrouded Fable Greninja EX promo is going insane in price right now, but it's not the only Pokemon promo that's going to the moon. So today I'm revealing the top 10 most expensive promos of the Scarlet and Violet era in 2025. From raw price to PSA 10 price, I will reveal everything you need to know about the best promos in the Scarlet and Violet era. Most of the promos we're looking at today is Pokemon Center exclusive ETB promos, and they can be almost impossible to get. But the best way to get these promos before prices go insane is to buy direct from the source. Unfortunately, if you don't get to the Pokemon Center website as soon as the product drops, you have no shot. Fortunately for us, we have tools around us that we can use, and today I'm going to make you aware of one of the tools that you can use to beat the scalpers and the bots. The sponsor of today's video, PokeNotify. This exclusive Discord community alerts you when Pokemon restocks and drops occur by monitoring hundreds of sites 24/7 all across the globe. And today you can join the Discord for free for a 3-day trial and get 25% off of your first month by using the code FACTORY25 at checkout. Stop going in solo against the bots and the scalpers. Take advantage of this great tool and save you a ton of money and avoid the frustration. All links needed is in the description below. At number 10, we have the Koraidon Pokemon Center ETB promo from Scarlet and Violet, and the Koraidon's coming in at $66.40. A month ago, it was $50.51, so quite a bit of a jump. And a PSA 10, this thing is coming in at $600, which is pretty impressive in itself. There's only 95 in the population, so that is really insane. I'm curious to see as we go on with this list is like if all the Pokemon Center ETBs are really low pop count, just because of, you know, nobody's opening Pokemon Center ETBs for the most part, right? Like you might have them when people first, when a set first releases, because that's what people get first most of the time, like normal people, not, you know, the rip and strippers and the bigger PokeTubers that are getting stuff, you know, 2 weeks early. But like normal people, we get the Pokemon Center ETBs first. It's one of the first products we get, so we just most of the time open it. I personally don't open them, but I know a lot of people to do, especially in my Discord. And with this one, when Scarlet and Violet first came out, it just wasn't that popular. Everybody was still, you know, on the Crown Zenith kick, rightfully so. So maybe that has something to do with this specific one, where there's only 95 in population, but $600, if you can go from 66 to 600, that's pretty crazy, dude. So this one's definitely worth picking up raw. And, you know, obviously if you can find a gem mint copy, it's kind of difficult with these because they're in a plastic wrapper and they have a code card behind them. So it's kind of hard to see what the back looks like. Can't really see if there's any whitening on the corners or anything, so it's kind of hard to pick them out. If you can get it at $66 and you can, you know, if you get a copy that's good enough in the front, maybe it's worth tearing that bad boy open and seeing what the back looks like and send it to PSA. I'm gonna strongly consider looking into this and grabbing some more and sending them off to PSA, because that's a pretty good price jump there. At number 9, we have the Magneton Pokemon Center ETB promo from Surging Sparks, and this bad boy's coming in at $66.43. A month ago, it was sitting at $50.37, so again, about a $16 jump. And a PSA 10, so this is interesting. It's only $230, and there's no population listed, so I really don't know what that means on here. I guess there's just not enough data, maybe. With this one, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. People just aren't opening the Pokemon Center ETB for Surging Sparks at all. There's really no reason to open Surging Sparks Pokemon Center ETBs, and that makes a lot of sense. So maybe that's why the population is just non-existent. $230, is that even just a ballpark? I figured that it actually is probably a little bit higher than that, really. I don't say how rare it is, because they're all pretty rare anytime you have a Pokemon Center ETB, because there's literally only one way you can get it. But at the same time, it's like, if people's not opening these ETBs, like for example the Scarlet and Violet one, even though people aren't opening them, I would say a lot more of those got opened than the Surging Spark. So that's an interesting concept, really. This one, I just wouldn't touch. There's not enough data on it. I would just leave this one alone and let this continue to just set at number 9. And maybe the raw value is good to pick it up in, but I don't know, man. I would steer away from this one just because there's not enough data on it. At number 8, we have the Miraidon Pokemon Center ETB from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. This is the second ETB, the purple one. This one's coming in at $74.72. A month ago, it was sitting at $63.85. Curious to see what the PSA price is. The PSA price is $400 with a population of 361. So it seems like people were opening the purple ETB more than the red one, which makes sense. I definitely think this one's better than the Koraidon one, and I like the 2 ETB system. I really do like that one. Like I think Temporal Forces is the other one that did that. I really like this one. This is a really nice one. Pink purple moon in the background is just absolutely fire. But this is another one that, you know, in a raw price is probably worth picking up and looking at and seeing if you can get a gem mint copy and send it off to PSA, unlike the Magneton. This one I think is definitely, we have enough data on it. There's a population count on it. I think it's actually worth looking into, and this might be one that I look into for the future. At number 7, we have the Pikachu Pokemon Center ETB promo from Paldea Evolved. And this Pika is coming in at $114.22. It is up from a month ago at $80.64. And a PSA 10, this is where this thing is going to shine. It is coming in at $1,000 and a 10 with a population count of 415. So that is really, really good. Guys, this is one, again, early Scarlet and Violet. I don't want to see people were hating on it, but they weren't all the way bought in. I think people were always bought in with this promo in particular because from the get-go, this thing, we all knew the potential of this thing. All right, you have the Pikachu with the starters of this era. That was always going to be good. Then you throw the Pokemon Center exclusive stamp on it and how hard it is to get these bad boys. And as far as I know, we're not going to see a Paldea Evolved PC ETB anytime soon. At $116 pickup, like I said, this is another one. If you can get a Gem Mint copy, the risk is there, obviously, because most of them is going to be in the plastic that they come in. So the risk is there, right? Because you can't see the back, like I was saying. But this one is definitely worth cracking open. I mean, I don't know how much value gets dropped off of just opening it from the original packaging. Is it kind of like when you buy a new car, as soon as you drive it off the lot, the value depreciates so much? Is it the same thing with these PC ETB promos or any promo? Once they leave that original wrapper, does the value come down? So that's an interesting concept to think about. But definitely worth, you know, trying to send this thing in the PSA. Or I think you can actually send it in the wrapper still. Like you can send it in the wrapper the way it is. So I don't know, maybe that's something you could even think about as well. At number 6, we have the Eevee Pokemon Center ETB promo from Prismatic Evolutions. And the Eevee is coming in at $117.51. When it was released, it was coming in at $103.65. And a PSA 10, this thing's coming in at $724. But again, we have the NA there, so we don't really know what the population is. So that's an interesting concept. I don't think the Eevee is as popular as the Pikachu. I'm not saying like the evolutions aren't, but just from a promo standpoint, it just seems like Pikachu promos always do phenomenal. This Eevee promo, I think, is going to do really good just because of how hard it is to get regular Prismatic. And then you throw on the Pokemon Center Prismatic and it's even more crazy. I mean, we seen this past weekend, the complete Pokemon Center website crashed as soon as everyone figured out that they had PC ETBs back in stock. So there's still some out there. I don't think they sold out, by the way. I think they're still out there. I think they just shut the site down because of all the traffic. But I do think that you're gonna have a drop coming very soon. So maybe this thing drops a little bit with another drop, but it's just gonna go right back up because, like I said, there's only a finite amount of supply for Pokemon Center ETBs. You think Prismatic's hard to get regular? Imagine only one place you can get it, and you can only get 2 at a time, so it makes it even harder. This one is definitely worth picking up raw. I think that the good thing about Pokemon Center ETBs, they only go up, right? Like, obviously, if we have a crash, we could get a dip or whatever. But these things, like I said, there's only one way you can get them. And there's usually only 2 or 3 drops of you getting them. And that's it. So it's pretty interesting how they do that. But this one is a surefire buy for sure. At number 5, we have my boy, the Pokemon Center Squirtle stamped promo from Pokemon 151. And my boy here is coming in at $126.23. A month ago, it was $113.75. And a PSA 10, okay, this is interesting. It's coming in at $200 with 1,043 in population. So it's actually not that crazy in a PSA 10. For me, this is one that I probably wouldn't even waste my time grading unless I knew I had a Gem Mint copy and maybe I want it for my own personal collection. But as far as selling goes, there's really no reason to not just sell this thing raw if you have multiple copies, or you just hold on to them, because again, this thing, the only way you could get it was a certain limited amount of time. You had to buy product off of the Pokemon Center website and they would send you the promo. So that's pretty much the only way you could get it. I think that at one point, it might have even been as exclusive as only buying UPCs. 151 UPCs off the Pokemon Center website. It might have been as exclusive as that. If that's the case, it even is, you know, it's even more exclusive. For me though, I mean, obviously I'm a Squirtle fan, so I would grade it just for my own PC, but as far as selling goes, you might as well just sell it raw because you're going to come out like a bandit on that one. At number 4, we have the Charmander Pokemon Center ETB promo from Obsidian Flames. And this bad boy is coming in at $140.77. A month ago, it was $123.78. And a PSA 10, this is where this thing shines, man. Holy moly. 2.8K and a PSA 10 with a population count of 415. That is extremely, extremely low. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought of all the Pokemon Center ETBs, this would be number 1. I think this is by far, I think we can all agree, the most popular one. This is the one that everybody wants. Again, just like the Pikachu, early Scarlet and Violet era, people were just really wasn't feeling it. How they evolved, I know as crazy as it sounds, just wasn't getting the love. Obsidian Flames really still ain't getting the love. It's just getting love now because there's nothing else left to buy, but it's still a pretty decent set. But this is by far what stood out from the get-go, the Charmander ETB promo. And of course, now that the Squirtle and the Bulbasaur's out, where the whole picture's made, obviously they don't have Pokemon Center stamped, but even the regular one with the, you know, sequentials of the other two is pretty cool. This is one definitely worth picking up. I mean, you're talking 145 bucks. Attempt to make 2.8K. I mean, obviously the risk is there like always, but for me, man, this is definitely a pickup. I kind of want to do a video of me buying all these promos and then sending them all off the PSA and see what we can, if we make out, you know, like if we make money on it. At number 3, we had the Snorlax Pokemon Center ETB promo from Pokemon 151. This one's coming in at $163.92. A month ago, it was $130.23, so it's got a quite little bit of a bump. PSA 10, ooh, okay, that's interesting. It's coming in at $700 with a population of 842, so still really low pop count, under 1,000. And the PSA 10 price is really respectful. This thing's not quite the Charmander in the PSA 10 department, but it's still certainly really good. I mean, you're talking, like I said, 160 bucks to try to make 700. Again, this is one worth cracking open that plastic seal to me. It's really nice. I wish this thing was the price of the regular Snorlax ETB promos. Good Lord, we'd be buying Lambos, bro, like the rest of y'all. But man, this thing's pretty cool. I really do like this card, and again, the Pokemon Center exclusive stuff is just so hard to get. There's only, like I said, I'm just beating a dead horse. There's only one way you can get it. It makes perfect sense on why these are so much. 151 is obviously, I mean, I know Prismatic's crazy, but I would still say 151 is probably the most popular set of the Scarlet and Violet era, even up until this point. Now, Team Rocket might overtake that. I think Prismatic's just crazy just because of all the social media stuff. Don't get me wrong, Prismatic's a good set, but I think 151 just, you know, it just hit home for so many people that it's probably going to end up being the most popular besides Team Rocket. Team Rocket's probably going to overtake that, honestly. At number 2, we have the Felt Hat Pikachu, the Van Gogh one. I'm actually surprised this one's not number 1, just you know, throwing it out there. This thing's coming in at $300, so it's pretty much double from number 2. That's actually crazy. A month ago, this thing was coming in at $249.15, and a PSA 10. Holy crap, Jesus Christ. So the PSA 10 is $758. I mean, obviously that's still a lot of money, but it's not like crazy. The population count on this thing is 33,464. Holy crap, dude. From the last time I remember checking the Umbreon, that's almost double the Umbreon. That is crazy. And a PSA 9 is still 27,011. There's a lot of these bad boys out here. Oh my God, there's 17 PSA 1s. That's crazy. How do you get a PSA 1? That'd be on purpose, right? Obviously, we all remember the craze over this card. This was Costco before Costco got crazy with the Blooming Waters. Everybody fighting over this thing at all the museums and everything like that. And then they eventually just made it to where you can just get it off the Pokemon Center website with any TCG product purchase. The 30,000 in a PSA 10 is unbelievable, honestly. I mean, I don't even know. Is it worth grading? I guess if you have a surefire 10, it's worth grading, but Jesus Christ, man. That is a lot of money. At $300, man, it's only going to go up because I don't think they're going to release these anytime soon. More of them. I mean, I just don't see it happening. And if they did, good luck getting them. Could you imagine if this card came out right now with the way everything is? It would shut down the internet right now. I mean, that would be, I'm glad they came out with the early Scarlet and Violet because, whew, man, that would be awful. Because I couldn't even imagine what it'd be like now. This thing, though, at number 2, like I said, I thought it was going to be number 1. The number 1 spot actually surprised me a little bit just because of what it is. But I thought this would be number 1 for sure. But the PSA 10 price kind of or the population kind of scares me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. That's a lot of them. I mean, that is a lot of PSA 10s. I mean, you're talking 50,000 cards just between a PSA 10 and a PSA 9. That's a lot, man, but $300 raw, that sounds good. I wish I had more. You could sell a few of those bad boys. I mean, you could buy, I think you could buy any product. I think it was like over 50 bucks maybe. I don't know, or maybe that's free shipping. I don't remember what it was, but I know it was with TCG product. Pokemon Center sent you one, so man, 300 smackaroonies for one of these. That's crazy. And at number 1, we have the Pikachu Traditional Chinese 5th year anniversary promo. So this bad boy is coming in at $350. So it's only $50 ahead of the Felt Hat Pikachu. So that's interesting. A month ago it was $273. And a PSA 10 is coming in at $485 with 262 copies. So it's not as low as, like, say, the Koraidon, but it's not worth that much, honestly. I mean, it's less than $500. I'm actually surprised about that. So this one for me, you know, I didn't realize for for the longest time that Charizard's at the bottom of this card. So you literally have Pikachu, Charizard, and Mew all in the same card. I know it's Chinese, but people just love those 3 Pokemon in particular. So this one makes a lot of sense when you really kind of start thinking about it. The PSA price, I'm kind of interested in that. What do you guys think why that PSA price is so low? Like relatively low, you know what I mean? Like this is $350. It's only about $100, well, $130 more than the raw price. And again, this is another one where it's like these boxes, I think last time I checked, were going like $450 a box. That's the last time I seen it. I'm sure you can probably find it cheaper, but man, I mean, I would think this thing would be way more than that, especially with the Pokemon that's included in this, how really like difficult it is to get this card. And I would say they're probably kind of hard to get a grade in. I know I've seen people saying that the traditional Chinese seems to be like the same quality as Japanese, so that helps a lot. But I'd be lying if I didn't tell you I was surprised this would be #1. I don't know if this stays #1. I'm gonna be honest. We got to see what the Pokemon Center ETB promo or the ETB promo for Team Rocket will be. If it's like an armored Mewtwo or something, then this thing has no chance. That one would definitely be #1. I think if they do the armor Mewtwo or even a test tube Mewtwo, if they do, I don't know if just a regular Mewtwo card would take over this, but if they did like a test tube or an armored Mewtwo, yeah, I think that would definitely overtake this, the Pokemon Center edition of that. So there's something to keep an eye on. I mean, this is pretty interesting. I'd love to add this to my collection. I ain't paying $350 for it, but I guess you could. I mean, I don't really. The box, I almost rather have the box sealed. The box looks really cool. I'm not gonna lie to you. Would you rather have, let me know down below, would you rather have this card raw or have the box sealed? Which one would you rather have? Not for selling, just for your own PC. Let me know down below what you guys would rather have. I think I'd rather have the box because I had the promo. You know, if you just buy the promo, you don't have the box. I have the promo inside the box. And the box looks freaking awesome, if I'm just being honest here. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was an interesting one. I've been wanting to make this one for a while, and with the Shrouded Fable Greninja going up like crazy, it was a great time to take a look at it. Remember, guys, if you're having problems trying to beat out the bots and beat out the scalpers, definitely check out PokeNotify, the Restock Alert Discord, and use Factory 25 at checkout to get your 25% off your first month and your 3-day free trial. If you're just a good old DJ and you just want to hang out, maybe you want to find new friends, definitely join our Discord, the Poke Factory official one. If you're feeling froggy, you want to get on the rip and ship scene, definitely check out PokeFactoryShop.com. We're trying to hashtag make Pokemon great again. Right now, it's kind of hard to do because Pokemon is absolutely shite, but it's okay. We'll get there one day. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all the love and support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Poke Factory out. Peace.